Hello friends, Alex on the 4th of September, around 10:30 in the morning, elevation approaching 3,000 meters. Just heading out from Hotakadake Sanso, or Hotakadake Mountain Lodge, on the way up to Mount Karasawa, then Mount Kita Hotsaka, then the Dai-Killet, then our objective, Mount Minami, will be after that, Minami Dake. Oh, we have to see it through the clouds up there. That is probably Mount Karasawa. Takes about 20 minutes from here, apparently. That's a helicopter landing pad over there, where they deliver supplies to Hotakadake Mountain Lodge. What is it, 3 or 4 times every month, I think. But yeah, for now the rain has subsided. I don't really want to jinx it though. It would be fantastic if the fog sort of dispersed a bit, but I don't really think it's going to, so don't really want to get my hopes up too much. Battery on the GoPro is probably a bit low at the moment because I went quite wild on taking footage yesterday. So when I get to Minami Dake tonight or later on, I'll try and charge it then, I think. I'll charge the spare batteries anyway. So yeah, as you can tell, it's fairly windy as well. You're probably getting buffeted by it now. But yeah, it's going to be very much like this until Kita Osaka. So I'm going to continue plowing on. So until next time, Alex out. Hi friends, Alex on the 4th of September. Currently around 11 o'clock, give or take, just past Mount Karasawa, and there's this scary ascent, or sorry, descent, so I thought I'd take a bit of footage. Hopefully it doesn't cut out. I'll just keep you on until we get to the bottom of this. I'm sorry, that's me bumping you again. Very much like the Gendarme area yesterday. Very, very steep descent with chains to assist you. Oh dear. But yeah, I can sort of see why this is marked as a dangerous area on the map. Oh dear. Oh sure. Okay. Hi friends. Sorry I cut off before my battery ran out again, as always. It's currently Alex in the Northern Alps, 4th of September 2021, currently 12:56 in the afternoon, at the summit of Mount Kita Hotaka, 3,106 meters. Fortunately with this mountain, I would get up and show you, but I'm just having a bit of a break at the moment. The mountain lodge is literally just down there. It's about 10 meters, 20 meters down, so that's quite nice. I'm gonna see if they have some food going here, like some ramen or something, even though it's about a tenner, about 1,000 yen a pop. I thought it'd be quite nice, as I've tried Nishi Hotaka Sanso ramen. Now I'll try Kita Hotaka Sanso ramen and see if they taste any different. Yeah, time over here has been pretty uneventful, to be honest. So I left Oko Hotaka Sanso Mountain Lodge at around, what was it, like 10:30 or so. It's currently 1 o'clock. I think that's a pretty good time, to be honest, around 2.5 hours to get here. Obviously, have the question of doing the Dai-Killet next to get to Minami Dake, which is kind of what I want to get to today. Obviously, that takes about 3.5 hours. It's not obvious, by the way. Sorry, it's not the first time telling you this, but yeah, it takes around 3.5 hours, 3 hours 40 minutes. I'm generally a bit quicker on the ascents though, so I might be able to make that in sort of 3 hours 20. But the Dai-Killet is very similar to Gendarme, in that you can't afford to make any mistakes, because if you fall, it's a very, very long drop. So yeah, one sec, I'll just get up and show you what I'm talking about. Right, yeah, so the mountain lodge is just there. You can see it, the roof. So it's really close, very nice. That's the summit marker. Let me see if you can actually see this blurred. Probably, yeah, sorry. I keep leaving you blurred because of the rain coming down. Apologies for that. Yeah, here we are, 3,106 meters. I'm gonna go to the mountain lodge now and just check if there's some food. If not, it doesn't matter, I can make some food myself. As you can see, the signage over there also, Mount Yari is that way. On a clear day, you'll be able to see it jutting out in the distance from here, I imagine. But it's not a clear day today, so we'll sort of have to pray that it'll look a bit tomorrow. And if it doesn't, it's just going to be a bleary day like today again. So, oh well. Anyways, that's all for me for now, I think. So, until next time, Alex out. On the 50th currently at the Dai-Killet. We've passed the, I think anyway, the most dangerous part, which is Hasagawa Peak it's called. From here, it's basically a step up to Mount Minami left, which is about a 300 metre elevation change, give or take. As you can see there, even if we pass the dangerous part, that doesn't mean that we can let our guard down, because slipping down here would be quite unfortunate. You're going to get buffeted by the wind, head on for a second. Jesus. Target before it gets dark. Hello again, yes, I'm still here. Fear not. Just don't really like shouting into the wind. Less wind. Oh. Right then, so just a bit of trivia for you. The Dai-Killet is one of 3 killets in the Northern Alps. You have the Dai-Killet, the Kairazu-Killet, or the Gap of No Return, and the Hachimine-Killet, or the 8-pointed killet. So yeah, after we've got to Mount Minami, that'll be 2 of the 3 killets of the Northern Alps out of the way. And there's just the Hachimine-Killet that I've not done, which is found between Mount Kashmir,槍ヶ岳and Mount Gordy. I'll probably do that at some point. But yeah, as much as I'd love to keep you on, to keep me company, I feel a bit bad having you getting buffeted by the wind all the time. So I will likely put you back on, I think, when I get to Mount Minami, which will be in about... we're currently 15:35. I'm just gonna say about 5 o'clock, about an hour and a half from here. Gonna go nice and slow. I should be able to still check in at 5 o'clock as well for my tent today, because we won't be staying in the mountain lodge like I did at Okuho, because I'm not massively shattered today. Hopefully my sleeping bag is not wet again, because it was yesterday and that is quite annoying. But yeah, you can sort of see where we're going to continue from here. You can see that outline over there in the distance, unless you're blurry and you can't see. But yeah, gonna Gonna plod on, I think. Making pretty good progress. I'm quite glad that I got out of the way, got the Hasegawa peak out of the way, because that was something I was quite scared of, especially when it's wet and it's very slippy. But it's, to be honest, it was a bit more manageable than Gendarme anyway. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow we'll be doing Mount Yari, which is the main target after Mount Okuho. Then after that, going to a mountain lodge, and I might take tomorrow as a slow day, and then do Mount Kasa on Monday, and then continue northwards to the remaining 4 mountains that I'd like to do, that are in very fairly close proximity to one another. So yeah, as always, thanks very much for watching, and I'll put you back on at Mount Minami Mountain Lodge, which will be in about an hour and a half, an hour or so I think. So until next time, Alex out. Hello friends, Alex on the 4th of September 2021, currently 18:28 in the evening. I said that I'd take a film or take some footage at 5 o'clock, but I was busy setting up my tent and also having some food here. I've also got some of my own food here that I've got hydrating, if that makes sense. So I put water in it and it takes about 15 minutes to turn into actual food. But yeah, some good news and bad news really. Let's start with the bad, I suppose. Unfortunately my tent and sleeping bag seem to have sort of gone wet again, which means that tonight is not going to be particularly pleasant to sleep. I'm sort of hoping that, you know, my body heat kind of warms up the tent and stuff, but you know, it was raining quite a bit earlier whilst I was sorting things out, and I noticed some signs of water sort of creeping its way in, which is a bit annoying, but you know, can't be helped. The good news, on the other hand, is that, you know, there is this area that I can eat in. Also, I finished the Dai-Killet today. So from Okuho, went to Kita Hotaka, had some food there, then set out towards the Dai-Killet, and then overcame that fine. It was very windy, as you probably discovered off the footage earlier. But you know, managed to do it in the end of the day, or at the end of the day even. Sorry, I'm a bit cold, in case you can't, in case you hadn't figured. I'm shivering a bit, but you know, it's can't be helped and all that. Gonna stay in my tent tonight, obviously. After tomorrow, we'll have finished Yari and then head towards Sugoroku Mountain Lodge. I'm toying with the idea really of just staying a night there in the mountain lodge itself rather than doing tent stuff. Sort of depends on the weather entirely tomorrow. I've not got any signal now, so I can't really check. I would ask the mountain lodge people, but I don't know, it's generally uncertain with the weather. From a glimpse that I saw, it'll be cloudy from sort of 3 o'clock in the morning onwards. So I'll probably try and set off at around 3 or 4 o'clock. So when I'm walking, it will start to get a bit lighter, which would be quite pleasant, because it's currently, what, 6:30, and when I get to bed it will probably be around 8 o'clock. So it'll give me a good 6 hours, 7 hours of sleep. I'm tempted really just to leave my stuff here. So I've got like a whole array of things out here. Obviously I sort of feel quite bad for doing that, but quite frankly, I don't really want to risk getting everything else sort of sodden wet. So yeah, I might just sort of go with that, I think, because it seems to be a bit it's minimally warmer inside here. It's 9 degrees outside. It's probably around sort of 12, 13 inside here, feels like. I couldn't use the drying room either, because that's for guests only, it seems, and you can't use it if you're a tent user, which is a bit annoying. Doesn't really seem to be anyone here, so I don't really know why. But hey ho, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. But yeah, for now that's probably enough from me, I think. It's the end of the second day of probably going to turn into 6 days, it looks like. So, you know, after tomorrow, when Yari's done and I'm at Sugoroku, it should get a touch easier, because I finished all the 3 dangerous areas, and plus the route from Okuho to Yari is notoriously precipitous and quite sort of rugged, I suppose, if you want to put it that way. But yeah, I'm quite looking forward to tomorrow. I kind of hope that the weather picks up eventually, because it kind of destroys your morale a bit, always walking around in the clouds and being buffeted by wind constantly. But yeah, that's it for now, I think. So until next time, Alex out. Hello friends, Alex on the 5th of September 2021. Currently 4 o'clock in the morning in very bad lighting, so apologies if you can't really see much. I'm currently on the way to Mount Albami, which is the final mountain before Mount Yari. I don't know what this says. Something 1100. Yari, so maybe 1100 meters left, so 1.1 kilos potentially. But yeah, I had a really bad night's sleep last night, to be honest, if you can even call it that. I was basically just shivering in the cold, lying on top of my sleeping bag. But you know, I think the next place that I stay, so Sugoroku, I'll probably just splash out and see if they have a room available, and then try and use the drying room, because one of the issues with the place that I stayed at, Dai-Killet anyway, was that I couldn't use the drying room because I was staying in a tent, which is a bit annoying, but you know, rules are rules, I suppose. Talking about rules, I got told off by the mouse and stuff for hanging my stuff inside. I came to my tent at 8:30 or so, and told me quite angrily to take my stuff inside to my tent. But yeah, just over a kilo left until Mount Yari, and then after that should be a bit lighter, so I won't be in the dark, and then about a 3.5 hour walk over to Sugoroku Mountain Lodge. So quite a short day again today, but I'm just trying to take it easy because there's a lot of ups and downs on this course. Yeah, as you can see, it's basically like all the way up, so it's not really much else for me to say, I'm afraid. So until next time, Alex out. Hello friends, Alex on the 5th of September. It's quite crowded at the moment, so I sort of waited for them to go first. I'm going to go and take a picture of them. I've currently not got any backpack, I've not got any baggage on me, so the ascent to Mount Yari itself, the 100 metre or so. It's very easy. Yeah, very clear day, for now anyway. So a sea of clouds forming over there, someone blowing a horn behind me. I imagine over there is Okoho and then Gendarme as well in the distance. Over there you'll probably be able to see Mount Norikura and Mount Onsake as well. Then Mount Yake is probably over to the right over there, I imagine. Or that might be Mount Suisho, and Mount Yake might be over there, I think. And then Mount Suisho, Kurobegoro and Mount Yakushi as well. So yeah, that's where we're heading after Mount Kasa, which is over there. So yeah, all in all, very good climb. So quite an early start and didn't really sleep very well, so I was a bit worried how it would go. But it's gone very well, I think. So that's it for me, I think. So until next time, where I'll take a bit of footage, probably either at Yari Sanso or Yari Mountain Lodge, or on the way to I can't focus because the person's singing behind me, or on the way to whatever it's called, Sugoroku Mountain Lodge, I think it is. Yeah, so on the way to there I might take some footage. I can't focus because of all the noise. But yeah, anyways, until next time, Alex out. Hello friends, Alex again on the 5th of September 2021, currently 6:13 in the morning, on the way to Sugoroku Mountain Lodge. It's quite hard to say and I forgot the name earlier, but there you have it. Sugoroku is what it's called. The mountain lodge is about 3.5 hours, 4 hours away from here. As a lot of the path is downhill, I think we'll be able to make it at the same time. Over there, that's a really pretty sight. That is the beginning of Mount Washiba and Mount Suisho. you can't see clearly because yeah, the clouds are obscuring some of it, but yeah. Over towards Mount Yari and such is completely gassed out, so you can see it. Mount Yari is beyond there. So yeah. Obviously I've still got my helmet on and it's... Hello friends, Alex again on the 5th of September 2021, currently 11:48 in the morning. Currently at Sugoroku Mountain Lodge. So just a bit of news for you. You're not on my head anymore, that's the first bit. So yeah, I've decided not to do Mount Casa in this trip, which is a bit of a shame because it means I won't get to finish all the Northern Alps. But at the same time, Casa's not going anywhere. I'll be able to do that another time. There's a bit more of an easy access route that I thought of from Shinotaka, which was my start point this time. So instead tomorrow, you can see it over there. The weather's fairly good. Apologies for the wind. We basically go up there, up towards Mount Sugoroku, and then follow the ridge line over towards Mount Mitamata, which is the one in the distance over there. And then you follow the ridge line over and go up to Mount Washiba. There's also a mountain lodge on the way there, so I'm going to check in there, put down my tent stuff, which is now all dried, thankfully, because I've used the drying room here. Go to Mount Washiba, summit that. Then behind that, you might be able to see it poking out. It's quite distinct sort of grey rocks. Washiba is obviously with the yellow in the forefront. That is Mount Suisho. So head over to Mount Suisho, get that done, and then head back to Mitamata Mountain Lodge, which is the mountain lodge on the ridge line in the distance there. So yeah, looks quite far away, but to be honest, it's a fairly easy walk, to be honest. As you can see, it's not really too precipitous, it's not really too dangerous compared to Yari anyway. Yari, by the way, would normally be over there, but you can't really see that at the moment. There's a bit of construction going on at the moment as well. It seems to be a new warehouse that they're building. I've sort of talked with a few of the construction workers, they're quite a friendly bunch. But yeah, it's actually quite nice, to be honest, to be done and dusted by morning, so I can sort of relax for the rest of the day. This is a novel concept that I'm discovering, but yeah. Basically, yeah, so we have about 2 days of climbing left. Tomorrow will be Mount Washiba and Suisho. Then we'll rest at Mitamata Mountain Lodge. And then the last day, as always, as is standard with me, will be the longest day. And that will be doing Mount Kurobegoro, which you can't see, but it's probably to the left of Mount Mitamata, or behind that from here. We can't really see it at the moment. And then up towards Mount Yakushi after that. I'm undecided on where I'm going to stay. I might put down my stuff somewhere and then come back and pick it up and then go down to the mountain entrance at Oritate, or I might just stay at the Suisho Toge, or Suisho Crossing it's called, which is where I'll probably put my stuff down. So yeah, also I can put my stuff down there without paying, which is great because it's not a mountain lodge. I'm kind of running a bit short on funds following splashing out on this and getting dinner as well. So yeah, dinner is at 5:30 by the way. I know, amazing, right? Getting dinner in the mountains, Jesus. But yeah, hope the weather stays like this tomorrow. I'm slightly doubtful it will, to be honest. Wouldn't really be surprised if it turned horrible. But you know, I'm not going to complain because it is what it is. Quite enjoying my time right here at the moment. Having some hot milk. I'm not going to show you that. But yeah, I'm going to start walking back. Apologies for the background noise. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching. And I'll take some footage probably later on, I imagine. Or tomorrow, who knows. So yeah, until next time, Alex out.